to which it then walked right through me and into my room. When I told my mother about it, she made me go back to bed, telling me, "Don't forget to hit subscribe and smack that bell button to become an honorary TheFearRaiser member so that you never miss a video."
You probably sat there and wondered, who is this guy? Well, that's not important. What's actually important is if you're subscribed to the TheFearRaiser's channel. He's got some pretty crazy stories, you know. Be sure to subscribe and hit that like button to never miss Jordan's content. All right, enjoy the video.
From awkward situations to strange encounters, we all have a story to tell, and scary stories are no exception. When it comes to things that go bump in the night, you'll surely walk away with even the slightest chill running up your spine, and that feeling is a much more intense feeling when you're alone. Welcome to Raiserverse, guys, the show where we bring your stories to life. If you're unfamiliar with Raiserverse, or it's just been a long time, because if I'm being honest, it has been quite some time since I started this series. Essentially what Raiserverse is you guys submit your stories down in the description below, down at our Reddit page, Raiserverse. It could be any story you'd like, be about anything, and we go through them, we pick a few, and then we bring them to the channel and have them animated. So it's a pretty awesome process, and it's a great way to get your stories out there. So again, if you want to do that, be sure to go out in the description below, submit it, and hey, who knows? You might just pop up on the channel with your story animated. And in today's new Raiserverse, we have 3 brand new, never before seen or told stories that are a little bit on the creepy side. So without further ado, guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy today's new Raiserverse. The Demonic Presence by HuntGamer123. My family had just moved into our new house in 2012, and well, I was completely convinced it was haunted. This was because I often could hear scratching at my door, while the only possibility to the noise would have been our dogs, who were locked up at night. One night, I happened to go outside of my room to go to the washroom, when all of a sudden, there was this tall black figure just standing there, staring at me. To which it then walked right through me and into my room. When I told my mother about it, she made me go back to bed, telling me ghosts aren't real, which is what I expected her to say. Well, from what it seems, one lives in my room. I didn't tell her this, and I couldn't seem to shake the feeling that every night I was being watched by some kind of demonic presence. I sometimes even wake up choking, unable to move, and can see a dark figure sitting on top of me, pinning me down. But I'm always okay in the morning. Except, I always have these bruises around my neck, which I'll admit, has been really scaring me lately. However, my mom still says ghosts aren't real. Well, as far as I can see, that's not the case, and will never be the case with her, but to this day, I still feel the presence of a demon haunting, looming around in my room every now and again. Our next story is titled Haunted House by This Boy, That Boy.
Me and my friends were out one night about 3 days before Halloween for a bike ride. One of my friends, let's call him Jake, thought it would be a good idea to try a haunted house. Granted, it was nearly 11 p.m. My other friends said no, but Jake said there was candy, so we went. When we got there, they said the haunted house wasn't complete, but we could test it for candy. We got through half of it when we were in a big room that was empty and poorly lit. I was about to shout a joke when at least 15 ghost props dropped on our heads and made Jake scream. I just stood there and watched it unfold. We found our way out, found a bathroom for Jake, and went home.
Not exactly the scariest story to tell, but it was definitely one worth sharing.
The Year of the Creepy Clowns by Blue Surveyor. Does anyone remember when there was a bunch of news about clowns in parks and cornfields? Well, I was once approached by one of these clowns. One night, I was on my way home from my cousin's house because it was almost midnight and it was getting super late. After driving for a bit, I get stopped by the stoplight, so naturally I'm just sitting in my car and listening to the radio when all of a sudden I notice a clown standing on the sidewalk at the other side of the street holding a bunch of balloons. Both me and the clown locked eyes and stared at each other for a moment. The clown had looked up to the stoplight as it was still red, which then he looked right at me, giving me an ominous smirk as he began to slowly approach my car. What made it even more ominous was that as soon as he gave me the smirk, the radio went completely silent, as if it had lost signal. Now, normally I'm not scared of clowns, but at the moment everything was starting to get to me and I was sitting in my car like, oh no, stay the hell back, I ain't having none of that. The stoplight turned green and I immediately stomped on the gas, leaving the creepy clown behind. But when I looked in my rearview mirror, the clown merely stood in the middle of the street, staring at my car with a devilish grin. But what made it even worse was he began to wave at me, which sent cold shivers up and down my spine until I got back home. Luckily, I didn't encounter such a clown since, but I'll never forget that night.
And there you have it, folks. That is today's Raiserverse. Now, granted, some of them weren't that scary, but keep in mind, this video was merely just an appetizer for the many crazy stories to come, and I'm sure many of you have a lot of interesting stories to share. So, if you would like to get your Raiserverse animated on this channel, on this series, be sure to, again, go down in the description below, click the Reddit link to Raiserverse, submit your story of any kind, and maybe do myself a favor and, write it properly and grammatically correct. I don't know. Just as long as it's readable, that I'd appreciate it. But either way, if you want to get your story animated, be sure to do so down there. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more great content, hit that bell button so you're always notified on when a video is uploaded here on this channel, and I will catch you in the next video. Alright guys, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Take care, and have a wonderful day. See ya!